Pay attention. We're gonna teach you something real special today. This is two coins. Two coins with my boy Wally, then Ronnie, wherever you're at, we're at. Showing two sides of the same coin. Let me know what y'all think. Two coins. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter today.
Welcome to the Two Coin Podcast. It's your brother Waleed.
And I am Ronnie, the other side of the coin. And this week's episode is brought to you by White Claw, Mango Edition.
And also the Monterey Pines Golf Course, because why?
Because we was out here whooping ass.
Also we just had our first post-roommate reunion
Big facts.
golf ceremony. And that leads me into my next shit, bro. We got two special guests on the show, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Nick and...
Nick!
Oh!
Welcome to the Nick and Nick show.
Nah, but for real, man, yeah, we happy to have them out here, bro, because for those of y'all, I mean, I don't even expect none of y'all to know, but us four, we ended up sharing, 3 different spots over the course of
5 years.
5 years.
Yep.
So, yeah, day one's right here, man, you know what I mean?
And roommates for 5 years, so right off the bat, man, I'm going to ask y'all this. What do you miss about having roommates, and what do you not miss about having roommates?
I mean,
Off
I
the
know.
top, just first thing that comes to mind.
Miss having roommates is like the week, like Fridays coming home after whatever you're doing, whether it's work, us or school, and just instantly getting ready to go and fucking do some shit. Like, you come home, you got 5 of your fucking homies around you, and it's like the party starts immediately. Like, there's no trying to link up. We just start drinking and stuff, and just having people around you all the time. Like, or even the other times, like coming on after a hard day of school on Tuesday and just having homies home. You can sit there, watch NBA, watch football.
It's like, bro, that test I took
Shit.
That test I took was bullshit, bro. I failed it, bro.
Exactly. You could have a horrible day, but you come home, you smoke a little bit, and you talk to your homies, and it's like you can forget about it for a bit.
Yeah, it's like now it's like, bro, I'm just me. It's just
Yeah,
me and my
exactly.
thoughts.
Bitching to myself.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
bro, fuck. I just throw shit like.
Well, especially with the pandemic, I feel like we're all isolated now.
100%. Yeah.
Bro, I ain't, my bad, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's nice, like, just having someone you can relate to coming home.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm still with my parents.
Facts.
So, like,
Me too.
I go home and, like, yeah, I can talk to my parents, but, like, I can't really just break it down the same way I
Right.
would with you guys, you know?
Yeah, you know,
So, it's
at
a
the end of the
different
day,
experience.
you can't smoke a blunt with your parents.
No, for real, that's so huge, dude. Coming home to that shit, it's just it makes things a lot easier to cope with at the end of the day when you have your homies around you.
Bro, I'll say one thing that I'll miss. Well, and plus it's something that I notice, like whenever I'm by myself watching something and some shit would be hella funny, I'm just so used to like looking to my left or right. Like, bro, you feel me? Now it's like I'll be laughing. I'm the only person in the room. I'm like, oh wow, shit.
Those stupid conversations that would somehow morph to the funniest thing you've ever talked about. Like, like shit like that, man. Watching one of your favorite movies and not having the guy next to you just cracking up like.
The funniest part about it is like when you're actually in the moment, like put yourself like 4 or 5 years ago when you're actually like, as like a college student, you don't realize that this is something that you're gonna like be thinking on like 5 years from now.
Right.
Facts.
It's not forever at the end of the day.
Yeah. But then you get washed and you get old.
Well, and that's the weirdest part. It's like we all knew obviously it wasn't forever. We knew we were just in college and like we were all gonna go and do our own thing at the end of the day. But like everyone says, you take it for granted every time. Like it's just every time you tell someone, oh, college is gonna be the best years. Remember hearing that when you're in high school senior?
Yeah,
Oh, college is gonna
and
be
you
the
brush
best
it
years of
off.
your life. You're like,
You just brush that
But
off.
no, when you're going through it, you don't realize it is. You're just like,
Yeah.
this is whatever.
Fact.
But then after the fact, it's like, bro, everybody that I met in college, I still keep in touch with. To some
right?
degree.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe it's like either me that I made good decisions on who I hung out with in college, or just like good people gravitated towards me. But
No, exactly.
it's at the end of the day, like everybody that I met, I still keep in touch with.
Oh, facts, bro. I mean, honestly, too, I think, bro, we just had a solid ass group from the jump. You know what I mean?
Pretty rare. I think it's pretty rare.
That's the biggest thing too. The fact that we had such like a lot of people, not even like it was like six of us. You know what I mean? And the fact that it lasted for as long as it did, like you said, bro, like I don't think like a lot of other large groups of friends maintain through that. Because you got to think, bro, you be getting annoyed with people by living with them every day.
And we all did, obviously. Like,
facts.
obviously.
Oh,
It wasn't
we all
bright
had our
and sunny
moments.
every fucking day, but still, that it's like you're saying, it's rare. Like, unless you're, in a frat where you're basically living with each other for 3 or 4 years, to have 5 random dudes that you're really living with.
Yeah, like, we weren't forced to live with each other.
Exactly.
Hey,
We
the other
chose
day,
it.
So,
I was telling him, it's like, we developed a good system for like doing chores and all that stuff.
We did.
But it's like, that didn't come like voluntarily. That
After
came
the shit was just
like
bad.
shit
out of
hit a
necessity.
boiling point,
That's
and then we were
necessity.
like, all right, we gotta fucking figure this shit out. We gotta clean it up.
That came through headbutting
Facts.
shit
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Like, dude, funny story, me and DJ, right? The first year me and DJ were living together, we're butting heads all the fucking time about just random littlest shit in the world, And then like a couple years later, me and DJ are like really good fucking friends. Like we agree on like all like it's just funny how all that shit flips at the end of the day. Like
You gotta learn people's tendencies.
It's the
bro.
growing
Just-
pains. Yeah,
it is. You know what I mean?
Well, we all grew up in a different house up until that point.
Yeah,
Think
yeah.
about it. We went into a living situation at 18, 19 years old.
And on top of
We
that,
were
bro,
kids
from
at that
different
point.
backgrounds, from
Like-
different like you said,
Yeah.
different living situations.
Everyone has different expectations.
At 18,
Like I'm pretty sure you and me were the only childs that like ended up moving.
Yeah.
in. Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
Phil.
right.
And Phil.
And Phil.
Oh, Phil,
and
right,
on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Almir was there 1 year.
1 year,
Yeah.
right? 994.
hey, but
Shout out Almir.
Yeah, shout
Yes,
out,
sir.
man.
Shout out Almir. Shout out Phil. Shout out
All the homies, bro.
everybody.
Everyone.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
we
me-
all got love for those dudes.
at 18, I still felt like I was a child.
Facts.
I mean, I didn't feel like it, but looking back at it, I was
Looking
a fucking
back,
child.
we definitely
yeah.
were.
Bro, in the
Yeah.
moment you thought you was grown as
Exactly.
fuck, bro.
I got nuts.
Bro, I know y'all remember.
I'm living on my own.
I know
quote
y'all
unquote.
remember when we were looking for places that, I mean, I know Ronnie, because me and Ronnie were talking all the time about this, but when the year's coming to an end, we're like, okay, what are we doing next year? And me and Ronnie were talking, we're like, bro, like, Wally, because, like, this is before we hung out all the time and shit, but we weren't, like, the close clique, and we're like, bro, like, Phil, Wally, Nick, DJ, all those dudes, like, these are the dudes, like, we should be, like, fucking rooming with. And I remember that mad dash we did to get Sunset Hall.
Reza
We all
finessed
literally
us.
call our
We
parents,
did.
bro, we need $500, we gotta go get this down payment. And it,
Bruh.
dude,
Hey,
It was kind of rushed. I
bro,
remember
that
it
was like
being
a
kind of
day-
But you
It
know
was
what's
like one
crazy
day.
is because I remember telling Lee, I'm like, bro, like we should go room with Nick and Waleed, and then yo ass is like, bro, we literally just secured a 2-bedroom.
I'm not gonna lie,
Or
bro.
one
we
bedroom.
did,
That's
we
right,
had
you
that
guys were
spot,
looking
we
at
did.
something
No, I'm
We
not gonna lie.
did.
When we decided like to all move in with each other, we had only like known each other at that point for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing.
Like we had kicked it for
Like,
two
I was
like
about to say,
hung
we
out
knew it-
consistently for 2 or 3 weeks. That's
about,
it.
so I was about to say, we
Yeah.
really became like a clique
Well, you
for like
introduced
a month.
them
yeah.
two to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
You had some math class? or
Cause y'all,
something?
yeah,
Yeah,
y'all two
me
had
and
a math
Wally
class.
knew from
Yeah.
fucking, what was that dude's name?
Carl something.
Carl, yeah.
Carl something.
Oh.
That was a calculus 1. It was like 2013, 2014, freshman year, San Jose
And I'm
State.
pretty sure the way
Calc
we
one.
became, I think
There
the way
you
we
go.
We
became,
were struggling, bro.
the way we became friends is I think after one class, me and him were walking out, and I
What?
think I literally think we were like, one of us said like, God, bro, I need to like smoke.
Yeah, we
And I
both
was
failed
like-
some shit.
Yeah, and we're like,
Like-
and then one of us said, I need to smoke, and he's like, bro, you burning? We're like, yeah. I'm like, dude, let's go meet up tonight, blah blah.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, and after that it was done, and we're like, oh, okay,
No, and then I
for
remember I
sure.
met up with you, and then it's like it was you and Ronnie there, and then I recognized Ronnie from like an earlier
Oh, yeah.
meetup. And then
Ronnie
it's like,
was
oh, shit.
everywhere, bro.
we're all buddies.
I couldn't walk across campus with Ronnie. We would try to walk somewhere. We'd be like, hey, we're gonna go, Liberty Bell, we're gonna go smoke. This dude stops every 2 fucking minutes. Yo, what's up, dog? Oh, what you guys doing tonight? I'm like, bro. Ronnie
That-
knew everyone
Bro, that was the
on
one
everyone
thing,
on
right?
campus, bro.
I don't know about you, but I need a friend like that because I'm
No.
not that outgoing. So like,
100%.
it's
Yeah.
so nice to have a friend.
I was so anti of that, but
yeah.
it made it really
Yeah.
cool because then I would never would have met Tati probably if you weren't like that. I would have met hella people if you weren't like super out there, which like you said, Nick, it makes a perfect fit.
Bro, even outside of that though, having somebody like you, this motherfucker was just doubtful on anybody that would pull up. Like, you know what I mean?
Always.
Like, hella
Hey, it's the
spectacle.
balance.
You
It's
feel
like-
me?
To be
Yeah.
fair,
yin and
to
yang,
be
man.
fair, I was never these dudes. I was never like that.
Oh,
with. Like,
yeah.
I was always.
Yeah.
I knew when we met you and Nick, I was like, and Tati, I was like, okay, these are the homies. Like I could. And that was the difference at the end of the day because we met you guys later because that was our second semester. I think.
That was like
Yeah,
towards
that
the end
was-
of freshman
yeah.
year, I think.
Yeah, no, it was the second
No,
semester that
It
we
was
came.
second
Was it second
semester.
semester?
Yeah,
Because first
that's when we had
semester.
pre-calc together.
Yeah.
Or calculus,
Shit,
I mean.
okay.
Because it was like, yeah, first semester, I just, me and him we was just kicking with hella different groups
Random
and shit.
groups. Yeah.
And we would see y'all all year just smoking, but it was always like y'all would do your own thing, we just
Yeah.
gotta do our thing.
Yeah.
Cause then because now that I
I've
think
always been
about
that
it-
way though. Like I
Dude,
don't
'cause
go out of my way.
And then the crazy
it's
thing is,
mine,
bro,
go for it.
me and you didn't even
No,
realize
that's
we
you,
lived
that's
on
you.
the same fucking floor until the second semester.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you got. I forgot about.
You know what I mean?
that. Yeah.
I think one
This
of our,
motherfucker's like, yeah, I'm going up to my room. Oh, for sure, me too. Oh, you on this
That's
floor?
right.
Damn.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
I think
Hey,
one
is-
of our earliest interactions with Nick too was buying Adderall. I think that was literally like one of
Bro,
our earlier interactions.
Vivance, like I had so
Yeah.
many random interactions with that. Yeah.
Everybody was
That-
like, "Hey, bro, let me get some."
Nah, man. Definitely a time that, you know what I mean, we definitely gonna remember for.
But it was easy, like Nick said, like it was easy from day one. Like
Bro,
yeah.
you
We
guys
never
ever
had
think
to
about the
force it.
fact that like the era that we went to San Jose State in is like the past now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
We went to San Jose State like before like the student union was built. It was
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
old student union.
They got a whole new school.
The
out
bricks
there.
were still up. The bricks have been down for like 4 years now.
That's just
R.I.P.
a
bricks,
trip, bro.
baby.
Like the students
bricks.
Are you serious? The bricks don't
Yeah,
exist
bricks
Bro,
are
anymore?
Nah, they
the
tore it
majority
down.
of students who go to San Jose State now probably never even heard of the bricks.
Bro, they literally built a CV2 right next to Joe West.
Hey,
Yeah.
did they ever build that? They had a bowling alley, right?
Oh, they were. I remember
Not
that
when we were there.
Does that exist?
me
Does
and
that
Ron-
exist now?
When me and
I
Ron
don't
were
know,
That was in the
bro.
freshmen,
plans.
That was always in the bro. They had so many plans. You remember like during our freshman orientation?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
They're-
By next year, you guys are gonna have all of this, bro. They took all our money
were
and got
amping it
everybody
up.
else ready.
all I remember all the time was freshman year, and me and Ronnie talking like, bro. When they get those fucking bowling alleys fit, we're gonna get drunk.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna-
bowling
we're
alley.
gonna go
Me and
lit
Ronnie
in
had
there.
so many plans about how this bowling alley was gonna be so sick, and leave it to San Jose State. Never
5 years
fucking
later, you're
happened.
graduating. It's
Yeah.
just not even like ready yet.
So
You feel
fucking
me?
hell.
Bro, and they got the new gym. Like
Yeah.
these fools really, they came up, bro.
Bro, if I had that gym when I was like an active student,
Right.
I would have been fucking 30 pounds heavier.
Our
Bro.
gym was so shit.
Our gym was
So
very
shit.
Our gym was
Yeah.
garbage, and the biggest
Yeah.
reason why I never went to it is because it was always packed.
Facts, bro. I mean, honestly,
It was
like
small.
I was up in that bitch consistently freshman year, but it was like you said, bro. You had to go
Horrible.
early in the morning or like
Literally.
you
dead
yeah
night,
early in the
yeah.
morning.
Bro,
Like,
I've seen some JUCO gyms that are bigger than what we had.
that shit,
SJ.
yeah, man.
And have you seen the newest one, like the one they just put up?
Oh, it's fucking huge, bro.
it's ridiculous,
That's,
bro.
It's probably about 4 times the size of the
Not,
one that we
I
had.
would say.
I remember
4,
going
I
in
would
there with
say it's
DJ.
fucking
Maybe like-
literally 10 times.
Literally 10
like,
times the size. It's literally like a mega gym.
It's a huge fucking building that's all a gym.
Like, bro, think
huge.
of like a 24-hour super sport. That's
Like,
literally what it looked
Literally
like.
what it is, yeah.
Like I swear to God, if I had that space, I would have been so much more motivated to go into the gym. Like the biggest thing is just the fact that it was so cramped and congested, and like there
Dude,
was like
it's
never a good
almost like
time to
golf.
go.
It's almost like golf. You have someone waiting, like
Yeah.
literally sitting there waiting to use the
Bro,
same set you're
they
using.
had
It's like
they had 2 benches at our old gym. 2 benches for a fucking college.
Yeah, like
They had
Oh,
2
nah, you right,
benches.
bro.
for a university.
They had
You had
2
two bench
benches.
presses. Oh,
They
and,
said
and one incline.
and one incline. They said, "Here you go. This should be enough for however many fucking students go."
Swear to God, I never even
What?
used that bench press ever. I never used it.
Because you couldn't get on it. And there's a line out the fucking door, just people waiting on it. Like
The one thing I'll say though, like at least they kind of made it up. They had a shit ton of squat racks.
they
Compare-
had 4.
in-
I remember 4.
So
Nah,
okay,
they had like 5, but
San
compared
Jose
to like
State
the
said we need to
bench-
see
yeah.
hella ass in here.
Yeah, right. They said, ladies,
to
line
see
up.
cheeks.
Let's go.
Oh, fucking weak, bro.
More squat
Oh,
racks.
God. Hey, I know y'all saw. I saw this tweet because I saw Wally like it. I was geeking when you liked that tweet from the girl. Was like, you know, when everyone was doing that. Oh, you didn't go to blah blah if you didn't go here, blah blah. Like all like. So someone put you didn't go to SASU if you never walked to a party on 7th of March.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
That was us.
and
That's
I,
our house,
and I
bro.
texted you guys. I'm like, we famous out here, baby.
Bro, I still remember.
That's
when-
like a memory in people's
that
head.
house, even before us though.
It was. It
I
was
know
a
we
party
went to
house,
a couple
yeah.
parties there.
at that
But we-
bro.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
remember when
There's a soccer
We
house.
occupied that space for 2+ years.
It was
Yeah.
soccer house.
Bro, no, but it was clutch because y'all remember when we was over there fucking meeting with Agnes and fucking.
No parties.
Agnes.
No, literally,
It's in
bro,
the
y'all remember
contract,
my
no
ass at the
parties.
very fucking end.
We
was
get a
just
porta
like,
potty. This dude really asked. We're going there, and we're trying to look professional as fuck because we want this house, and we know that parties were thrown here. And this dude,
He was like, could we get a porta
had
potty
a-
up in this bitch?
we had a great walkthrough. We were looking hella, like, oh, we're engineering students, this and that. And he goes, what do y'all think about a porta potty in the backyard? And we look at Ronnie like, bruh, what the
That's
fuck are
not
you
something
doing?
you mentioned to the landlord.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tell us
why
this-
you need a porta potty?
He's like,
Don't worry about it.
It's like the same shit when we walked back there. They had the big ass stage, and she's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna get rid of this." I'm like, "Can we keep that?"
Yeah,
like,
right.
This is kind of clutch,
No,
bro.
That's when you say we got 6 guys, 1 bathroom. We might need a porta potty out there.
Yeah. I mean,
That was-
and to be fair for Ronnie, he's right. That one bathroom every once in a while was a fucking problem.
I was about
Oh.
to say it wasn't as
Actually,
bad.
it wasn't as bad as I anticipated
At
for
all,
Sure.
It
bro.
was only bad when you got in a dire situation and you're sitting there and like you wake up in the morning, you're like, I need to hit the bathroom, and someone's taking a shower and you're like,
It's the morning
Bruh,
shit. It's
this
the
is-
morning
Yeah,
shit that
exactly.
always hits you.
you're like, dude,
Bro,
this
that
is a
or it's like
situation.
like when we would all go out somewhere and then come back, so it's like motherfuckers got to change, get dressed up,
No,
get ready.
bro,
get
so I
right.
don't know.
yeah.
Like, I was in college for 5 years, right? And we were in 994, my 3rd and 4th year.
Yeah,
So all my prime years of college were spent in that house.
bro.
You guys remember watching the
Yeah.
fucking elections in that house when Donald Trump won?
Yep.
You guys, that still's like etched in my memory.
I
'Cause
remember-
like watching that
That's
shit
history,
on,
bro.
on our living room, and I remember like all of
I
you
remember
guys
being
there,
shocked.
and we were just like, bro, like what the fuck?
I
is
remember me, I think it was you, Wally, and Tati talking outside. Remember we used to have that old broken bench little futon thing in our backyard, and we used to there used to be the old broken.
Oh, the first year.
And we were smoking. I remember we were talking about it. And we were like, what do y'all think? And I literally, and this is when like Trump was like not even like in the consideration of like he was kind of getting like hype.
I called
like
bullshit
still,
up until he won.
I remember I was telling all you guys,
bro.
I never believed it.
I was telling all him, and I remember Tati pressed me because I was like, he's gonna fucking win. They're like, why do you think that? I'm like, bro.
No, I was calling bullshit on you too when you said that.
I was like, it's white America,
too.
bro. Yeah, everyone was like, are you really? I was like, bro, it's fucking white America. They're gonna love this dude. He's a fucking piece of shit. He's a racist. Like, all these fucking dumb, ignorant people across, like, especially when you go to the South and all the way up, they're gonna eat this dude up.
But it also fits the narrative of, like, flopping back and forth. Like, if you look at the pattern of presidents that have been elected,
definitely.
It always flops back between blue,
2
red,
years
blue
of
and
Obama.
red, blue and red.
And
It
2
always
years
goes-
of Obama.
So like, you get sick of
2 years of
you
Bush,
get sick of a
2 terms,
Democrat,
two
you
terms.
hire a Republican.
2 years.
Like,
Yeah, 2 years. 2 terms.
Yeah, that's crazy. I actually didn't even think about it like that.
no, if you
I
look
will
at the
say this.
pattern, it really fits.
I will say this. So when Trump got elected, I was 21. Up until that point, like I think I wasn't like naive about like really like what America was. Like up until that point, like I didn't really know like there were all these grievances and like I didn't know really much about racism and like all the roots of it.
How deep
Up
it
until
goes.
that
Yeah.
election, and then like it made me dig deeper into it,
And learn
and
this shit.
here I am today. Like,
Well, the
more
thing that
aware of
sucks
what's
is
going
like
on.
I'm aware of the history, but I didn't realize that it was still prevalent.
Nah,
Still
I feel
that
like
prevalent,
like, it's
yeah.
still
before
that
November
emphatic,
2016, like that was a turning point in my life because I felt like I was so naive to everything before that.
Man,
You know,
I think we all were.
2016
I
was a
think
crazy
it was a
year.
wake up call for sure.
facts.
I guess the only reason why, because I don't know, did Colin Kaepernick happen before Trump got in office?
It did.
So I think the reason why I was kind of like, I had a feeling was like, you can go my
The
family
outrage
and
and
like
the
my
reaction.
family and like my extended family, so like my uncles and stuff, and not all my uncles because I've pretty diverse kind of how they think on it. But like I remember when the Colin Kaepernick shit happening, like my dad and like one of his like my cousins who was like my uncle basically, but he's my cousin. I remember how they reacted to that shit and they were so gung ho mad at him, and I'm just like, what are you guys mad about? Like this dude's kneeing like because of he doesn't agree with this and that. Like why is this such a big deal?
Well, what
And that's
the
what-
whole Colin Kaepernick shit felt like the build up to the whole Donald Trump.
Well, and that's what sparked.
did.
And that's
But,
what
like,
sparked me to be
yeah.
like, this is like.
But like, what is he kneeling for?
So,
like, that's the whole issue.
that's the whole
he's
thing,
not,
right?
He's not disrespecting the flag.
That was
It
the
has
build up
nothing
to the
do with
whole
it.
fucking shit.
that
It
was
has
my
nothing to do
whole-
with military. It has to do with police brutality. That's the main issue that he's talking about.
And it's crazy how now it's like bruh's getting recognition and everything and actually
100%.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when it was first news, I wasn't really aware of all the issues that were going
yeah.
on. I swear I wasn't like Colin Kaepernick almost to an extent made me aware of everything.
Yeah.
And that's when I knew, because like hearing my dad and them, like my dad obviously like, I mean, he's a good dude at the end of the day. He has his own fucking problems when it comes to, his thing. He's right leaning at the end of the day. But that's what really opened my eyes. Was like, wow, these people that to me are pretty, they're middle of the ground. They lean right on some things. I'm like, they have a real problem with like basic shit to me that like for me, I'm like, why is this such a big deal?
And let me stop you there, bro. That's why now I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna talk to politics with people that I don't know and trust and love.
I'm so done.
Facts.
I'm even with my I
Like,
can't talk
I mean,
politics
dude,
with
my
family.
To the
my
everyday
dad's side
stranger,
of the
I'm never
family,
talking
it's the
politics
exact
with
same thing.
And that's what opened my eyes.
You just
of,
never,
like-
you never know. Like you
If
know
I have
what
a
mean?
friendly interaction with you, I want to leave it at that. I want to leave it at just a
Exactly.
friendly interaction. I don't want to know that you're a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
I don't want to know that. Like I don't care. Like
Well, bro, like,
I don't want to know.
I was talking to you about like the guy that works at my local liquor store. Like, he's a super nice guy. We've had super long conversations about sports and like other social issues. All of a sudden, a month ago, I figured out he was a Trump supporter, and it's just like I'm not gonna let that affect the way I treat you.
Relationship,
I'm not gonna let that get in the way of like a positive relationship. I've already built that with you.
Especially like you
But,
said,
like-
the fact that.
But
you
at the end of the day,
have these
sometimes
But-
sometimes it almost subconsciously leads you to like.
It
But
does
say,
though.
you
No,
don't-
like
you don't
I'm
have
not
to-
gonna say I'm not judging him. I
Yeah.
definitely am.
Yeah.
Now that I know that.
Yeah.
But it goes back to like my dad's side of the family. Like with you, Nick. Like it's the same thing. Like most of them are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are like super military influenced, and
Damn,
I
okay.
get that side of it. But it's like, dude, like just listen to Trump talk for like 2-3 minutes.
It's like one of those you
Well,
get it, but
and
you
tell
don't.
me you agree with everything he says. It's
Like,
come
here's
on,
my thing.
dude.
I'm still gonna like not maybe. I'm still gonna judge you to a point because at the same time, like I hold my own values close to me
Yeah.
at the end of the day, and like you feel some way, especially when you're that out there about it. Like I'm not gonna let that really pass in my mind, and I'm still gonna I still look at my dad in a way that I know he's like that and annoys the fuck out of me. Like I'm not gonna say I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't
Same
care
with my
at the
aunts
end
and
of the day.
uncles, dude. It's the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's just like But that was like the big moment for me because I'm like, okay, if my dad, and we're in California, we're in a very liberal state, and yeah, sure, he leans this way, but I'm like, I knew if these people felt like it, I can only imagine the type of
in Middle America,
distaste and
Think about Mississippi, Alabama,
Nebraska,
Arkansas.
and that's when I was like, Trump's gonna win. I'm like, if these dudes over here are really feeling it, I can only imagine the type of.
But then again, like that's another
hatred
thing.
those guys have
That goes
over
back to
there.
what I was saying earlier. Like I never even in my wildest dreams even thought, like in the back of my mind, what is the average white American in Nebraska or Oklahoma or whatever thinking. But at the end of the day, for like American issues, that shit matters what they're thinking, right?
But also think about the like legal issues that they're worried about. Like in rural America, like in farmland, they're worried about so many random laws and issues that don't
like
apply to us
shit
at
that
all.
never even crosses your mind.
That doesn't apply to us at all.
And you
so
flip it. They don't give
have
a
a
fuck
whole
about any of the
they have
social
a
justice
whole
shit.
different set of
Yeah.
issues that they're worried about. So
I mean, bro, like
people
you said,
forget how
man.
big the U.S. is. Like
Facts.
compared to Europe, it's like
So big.
our states are bigger than most of those countries.
And so diverse with the thinkings across the states and stuff. It is just, it's crazy.
But nah, Wally, like what you were saying, bro, like before that whole like 2016 election, like now that I think about it, I didn't really understand like the depths of the demographics.
The 2016 election almost
Yeah,
like turned me
yeah,
into an
you know what I
adult.
mean?
Absolutely.
It turned me into an adult.
What you look for?
I was going to try to plug
You know what I mean?
this
Because
in, but
November
is there a USB
2016,
anywhere?
that was a month after my 21st birthday, right? And then like the election happened. I'm like, oh, like I remember like a shift in my like head like happening around that time. I'm like, oh, like I really grew up around that time.
Right.
Dude, like
I mean, like you said, we
I've
turned
always,
21.
I've
Like,
always,
you know what I mean?
I don't know about you guys. I've always been pessimistic, but when Trump won that election,
I was like, yeah, shit's going to.
it's like,
It's going to shit.
like, dude, honestly, like,
And it ended up being worse than I even thought in my head.
bro, I started a debate club in my high school. Like, I really enjoyed politics, like growing up in
Wait, you
middle
say you
school, high
started
school.
it?
I co-founded, a debate
Oh,
club
that's
at
dope.
my school.
That's dope, yeah.
But like, dude, that shit just took all the enthusiasm out of like politics for me.
It took the
Like,
integrity out of politics.
You see Donald Trump like he's
Yeah.
on fucking Celebrity Apprentice 2 years ago, and then
No, because
and then he's
we
the
all knew who
fucking-
Donald Trump was before he
it's
even
like,
ran for
dude,
president.
And
No, no,
motherfuckers
no.
actually like he had a good like reputation to his name
did.
before that.
Dude, yeah. Well, I guess the silver lining, I guess.
I wouldn't
of
say
all of it
good. I
is
think
that,
yeah, significant.
like we said,
I mean, in
took-
comparison
Yeah.
to like
the silver
what it is
lining
now.
is like we say it took the good reputation out of politics, and if there's one thing you can maybe say that was good out of it, and it's not because of Trump or what he did or for anything that he purposely did, I guess the one good thing that it did was it brought a lot of the people, especially our age and the younger generation, a lot more in tune with politics, so they're actually listening to a lot of the shit that's going on, which is a good thing.
Hopefully.
And that it at least
I mean, it did
it
with
took.
me.
It felt like the covers were pulled back. There was always this cover. We knew politicians were always bullshit, but we never really understood how deep the
No,
bullshit.
it's
was.
really
And
bullshit.
It pulled, and
Right.
now we all see the curtains pulled back, and we're like, oh, okay, this is really what you guys are doing, huh? Like, and sure, you can call us dumb or whatever. We should have seen it before, and there's a bunch of signs pointing to before. You had Bush, you had all these other people. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I'm super big into like old politics and know all that, but like at least now it seems like people are a lot more aware. Now that also comes with a bunch of bullshit too, because people also act like they know so much about politics now on both sides.
That's
like,
why you got like the
on both sides. It's
headlines,
just
the
the
so
woke, the
annoying.
woke culture and like the whole like yeah.
You just got to think for yourself.
And see,
all
that's
it
the
is.
thing, bro. Like the whole woke culture, like woke went from actually something good to now it's just like
It meant
it's
something
like,
positive.
It's like a fucking
that-
trend now.
Now it's derogatory.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost
I
sarcastic.
agree. It's
sarcastic.
yeah. It's like you don't want to be called woke because it's a fake. Like,
It's a bad
basically,
thing.
it's you fake know you fake know what's going
You're
on.
pretending to know.
Which I mean, I agree. If someone call me woke, I'd be mad. If someone call me woke, I'm like, do not call me that.
Hey, you woke.
Yeah,
that-
right.
on
Like,
that
oh,
Kyrie
you
shit.
think you're so woke? Like that's usually how it's used.
I
Yeah.
feel, I was about to say. I feel like it just depends on how it's said too.
But still, someone said, "Hey, bro, you're hella woke."
it depends.
I
on the
would not
context of the
take-
situ-
Okay, Kyrie.
I'm about to say, even
what
if
I'm
you're
saying, on
like,
that Kyrie
if someone
shit,
tried to
like-
compliment you, like, so I'm like, Ronnie, you're so woke, like, legitly, not sarcastically,
Lakers
like,
are
damn,
playing.
Ronnie, you're hella woke.
If somebody
like,
told me
would
I'm
you
woke, I
really
wanna
take
fight
that
them.
like as like a compliment? Like,
I wouldn't take that in a negative way.
I wouldn't take it in a negative way, but it would make me think about like, I don't know, it's a
We're
weird
the
thing.
Lakers.
Like, if someone really
Dell
came to me and was like,
technology.
Nick, you're hella woke, dude. Like, no bullshit. Like,
What?
really serious. Like,
Bro, then
I know
at
they
that-
mean well, but
like I said, it really just depends on it
Context,
really
yeah.
it really just depends on context, bro. Because it's like
Take notes, buddy.
you know what I mean? how you go?
Take
Like
the
how are you
L.
gonna get mad at somebody for actually
I
like
wouldn't-
appreciating that? Damn, you actually are very like self-aware. You know what I mean?
So let me rephrase that. I wouldn't get mad at them. I wouldn't get mad at the person, because if they meant goodwill, why would I ever get mad at someone who's really trying to give me a compliment? But I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like Wally said, it's like this
it turned
weird
into
term.
a backhanded compliment now.
Yeah, it's like this weird term now.
Oh, okay, woke guy.
Yeah,
Literally, bro.
I guess it makes me more question like.
I'm not gonna lie, I use it in a sarcastic sense.
I use it way
more
yeah.
often
Now,
than
yeah.
I don't think I've ever
sense.
called someone woke.
I want to
to
say, bro, but I
Yeah,
want to say
yeah.
that change probably happened like maybe 4 years ago.
I mean, yeah, it's recently.
You know what I mean?
No, it's
Hey.
weird. Okay, good. You're
No,
good.
go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was about to
It's
say
weird.
it's super weird that this is probably the first time I've talked anything politics in so long since Biden's in. Now Biden obviously has not
I
really
can't
done
even
shit.
speak
I mean,
on
the
that,
vaccine
dude.
stuff has been cool, but like, I can't lie, it's been nice. And I'm saying this as
The
a,
best thing about Biden is that he just like, I forget that he's president. He just like fucks off.
Yeah.
And I can just like not pay attention to him.
At least he's not pissing me off.
Yeah.
Let me
Now, I was
put it
about to
that
say
way.
like,
Bro, but isn't it sad that we got to get to that point in like
Right,
as a
that we
country
just don't wanna hear
where-
about it anymore?
Exactly.
That's good enough.
Like that, exactly. The
Yeah.
fact that we're
that is
happy
sad.
with a
That
good
is
enough.
really sad.
but some people
You know what I
like
mean?
some people
No, that's a
would
good
be
point.
really mad at that. Like, especially like so like me, I was about to say like I don't want to like sound bad or anything. Like as like people hate it and I agree with them. When white people are like, I'm just happy we don't have to talk about this anymore, because obviously it's like there's a whole group of people that want to talk about this because it needs to be fucking talked about. Like politics in general, the shit that goes down, and like, you know, we really shouldn't be like content with how things are, because there's still so much things we have to do at the end of the day. But it is nice that like I don't know, it's just been nice for a while that I don't have to hear my fucking dad or my family or just random people all the time talking about Trump.
I don't want to
like,
I don't want to talk about politics ever.
Bro, but you know,
yeah.
hey, but you know
it's
what?
sad though. It's sad because sorry to cut you off, but like I said, I had a genuine interest
Right.
in politics.
Yeah.
Like middle school and high
Talking
school.
about prior to the whole Trump
yeah,
administration.
and then
yeah.
like the second Trump got elected, it's like this is a fucking joke.
But
Yeah,
that
like,
also
I
leads
can't
me to
take it
like
seriously, you know.
Yeah.
the biggest thing that annoys me is that people separate politics from like, so when people, biggest example is like sports, right? When like sports people talk about politics, is like, bro, leave politics out of sports and like leave politics out of whatever else topic that fits into that discussion, right? But I'm like, politics is an everyday part of life. Politics is the
yeah.
issues that everyday people deal with
And
every day.
also, if a sport is that global,
Politics is life.
if a sport
Yeah,
is
yeah.
global, think about basketball and soccer. Those are probably the most global sports we have.
Stupidest comment
So
ever
it's
to
like
make. Yeah.
That's a massive platform. Like you need to set a good example there. You know, like
It's a stupid
it is
comment.
political.
And-
Whether you want it to be or not, it is political.
Bro, and then on top of that, like going off of what you said, it's like sports really is politics, especially when you think about the demographics of.
When you think that 80%
Who's
of the
fucking
NFL
playing?
is fucking black, and now we're like, oh, we don't want to talk about politics. Well,
But even
80%,
outside of politics, it's like when you look back and see the whole
Bro,
Kaepernick shit.
let's talk
it's
about
just
the
like,
contracts in the NFL.
Well, yeah,
Like, that's
I mean,
a whole other.
That's a
discussion.
whole. I think that almost it goes. That goes
That's a
almost
whole other
past.
podcast right there.
I was about to say that goes
But not,
past.
hey, no.
almost,
What I'm
yeah.
saying is that like it's crazy how people want like, you know what I mean, and to keep it a buck, majority white people want to watch these sports and enjoy looking at this, but then the minute the players that actually are the
Oh,
ones
dude,
running this
dude.
have something to
Oh,
say
you
about some
just opened up
social
a
issue.
whole
LeBron's the
can of
biggest
worms.
example.
Not even a
You feel
majority.
me?
of
No,
the-
literally, yes, literally.
He just
Shut up
opened
and
up a whole
dribble.
can of
It's
worms.
90% of it's not.
I don't
the
even know
people
if
who complain
should I
about
tell
it
the
is
story of
90% or
my
more
high
of
school
white people.
fucking-
Like that.
Okay, so I'll give you guys the censored version here. So
Hold on, look at this tee shot right here. Hold up.
fuck it.
That's you.
He doesn't hear my voice, Wally.
What a beauty.
That is a great shot.
Go ahead.
Is there a cue back?
But no, I was saying, so I think it was my senior year. We won state, right? Basketball. And this family,
It's the longest.
I won't name names. Racist ass family.
The Smiths.
White hick ass family.
We'll use Trumps for now.
I've heard the dad.
Hickin'
I've
loopers.
heard the dad use the N word like multiple occasions.
Oh,
God damn.
Hard ER, all you know,
All
the
that
whole
shit.
9 yards.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he goes to the basketball games, and he's cheering on all our black players. Oh, there you go. Oh, get the bucket. You know. Oh, he's dapping them up after the game and giving them a big hug. It's like,
Only way to
Bro,
benefit.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey,
I've heard you use that
Right.
word on
That's so
multiple
backwards.
occasions.
I'm at the
Right.
age now where if I
Right.
heard an old white dude use the hard ER, I'm decking him in
On
the jaw.
sight.
Without no like.
Bro.
Sight.
It's just pure hypocrisy. Like, I don't know. It was so frustrating to see him, and he's just dapping him up after the win. It's like, what the? Don't
That must be a trip for
don't,
you,
don't
especially.
hug that guy. Like, why are you hugging that man?
It's like you're the one person in this entire shit that knows the truth.
Yeah, it's like I want to run over and tell him, like, fuck that guy. Like,
Don't shake his hand. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
asshole.
Because you know what? That's what
It's
I
like
mean, that's what white people want.
But
They
it goes
wanna
back
go
to
up
like
them-
if you're entertaining us, whether it's
Exactly.
sports,
That's what white people
music,
want.
whatever it
Movies,
is,
yeah.
They
as long
want-
as you're making us laugh or have fun.
That's the whole.
Go
message
on.
behind
They
it.
want you to tap dance and they want you to do
It's-
all the
it's
fun,
bullshit,
and then
bro.
after that, they don't want to hear about you
It's
until next
bullshit.
time they come to the show. That's like, and that's really what you see nowadays in sports a lot. Is they want you to throw the passes, catch the ball, shoot the three. They want you to do everything
and don't kneel. Just don't kneel.
Just don't say anything about sport or
fuck.
anything outside of sports at the end of the day.
I mean, bro, it's like that whole shit. Like when people try to do the whole all lives matter bullshit, like as a way of, well, why is it just black lives? It's like, god damn, bro, everything does not
because
have to come back to
getting
you.
singled out. That's why.
Literally, just because you're too blind to understand it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, you know what? It is just about Black lives. Fuck off and bro, I'm not arguing with you. Like,
the most simple
is
explanation.
like
If
obvious.
you can't see it, then it's
I'm
just
not
like,
arguing with a racist ever.
It's a
Yeah,
super,
exactly. It's a pointless argument.
It's a
at that
super
point.
cliche, but like the easiest way, and I'm used to my dad because he's so far that I have to like put it in these most basic cliches. It's like you walk up, someone's house is burning down. They're asking for 911 for the firefighters, and then some guy with a perfectly fine house is like, well, why don't we have firefighters coming to my house, huh? It's like, well, your house is not fucking burning. Like, it's the most cliche explanation, but it makes sense. It's like, this dude's house is on fire. We should probably help him out. Your house is fine. You don't need water on top of your house right now. Let's put it to the one that actually matters right now.
Bring out the garden hose.
Literally, like, I don't.
Man.
It's just unreal.
that shit.
And
That's
that just
actually a
comes
good ass
from-
example.
And I don't get it, but people come from like, well, I had a hard life. It's like, yeah, you're right. When people talk about, white people and
everyone has a hard life.
They're not
It's not a
talking about
competition.
you at the end of the day.
Right.
Like,
Honestly, and
Everyone struggles.
I know. I think I said this in the pod before, bro. But shout out to Dylan, bro, because I've had this convo with him. I don't want to hear no white guy talk about, oh, I've had a hard life. This dude has had a fucking hard ass life.
I know this isn't
And-
probably the right place to ask, but how is he doing?
Oh no, he's doing
Can
doing
I
good.
ask?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
doing really good.
Yeah.
Nah, the reason why I brought that up, bro, is because
Yeah.
when he talks about like white privilege and stuff, somebody who comes from such a shitty background to understand he still has white privilege.
exactly.
He has full knowledge of the situation.
You know what I mean?
That's the first person you should talk to.
100%.
Like,
Literally.
When he hasn't even benefited from his own white privilege.
oh, exactly,
Yeah.
bro. To have that kind of self-awareness, and then when you see people that are rich living fucking their life fucking great, they want to sit there and be like, nah, there's no such thing as white privilege. It's like, okay, bro. All right, for sure.
But at the same time, it's like when we're explaining it to people, we shouldn't be as dismissive of people who aren't aware of the whole situation.
No, sure.
Dude, we were talking about that last night, Waleed, like about Dylan specifically. Like, I remember you came up. Sorry, excuse me.
Shout out to the
Jesus
homie.
Christ.
Shout
And
out
you
to the homie, bro. We gonna get you on this pod soon, bro.
You told me like he needed a place to stay, and I was like, shit. Like, I don't know this guy. Like, I never
Especially
met
because it's
him,
like the first time somebody
You
knew.
know, you know me. Like, I'm very hesitant.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
Bro, the first conversation I had with him, first blunt I smoked with him,
Easiest
like,
dude to talk to.
Yeah.
dude, just so down to earth, like so easy to get along with, like
cool ass. dude,
instantly
bro.
just made me comfortable.
Right.
So that was like, yeah, that was a perfect
Dylan's a
scenario.
super good dude.
Yeah, no, he's a
And
great
you
guy.
can tell, yeah, people like that where you can automatically talk to them and just there's no awkwardness. It's just straight like
Kind of like
vibes
with
all the
us,
time.
like it happened like,
Instantly,
right away.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you just kind of know within the first few minutes, like, oh, okay, this is gonna be easy.
Doesn't it feel weird talking about college like it was like a thing of the past?
so weird.
It makes you feel like
So
old and
fucking
washed.
weird.
Like,
But
damn.
bro,
I feel like I'm basically 30 now.
We literally graduated high school fucking 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Don't ever say that again.
Bro.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
But here's the thing, on the
That
same
shit crazy, bro.
That's nasty.
vibe, I'm out getting fucking food in Dublin one day. I'm out there, I got my football hat on, I'm just picking up food for me and Clarissa. This old fucking couple orders in front of me. I get my shit, I'm getting like some sauces for my stuff, and he looks at my hat and he's like, is that an F for foothill? I'm like, yeah. And he's like,
F is for fuck you.
and he's like, oh, I'm like, he's like, you play football, baseball there? I'm like, actually, I'm a teacher there. He's like, oh wow.
He didn't see your beard.
Yeah, no, he's got a mask on.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
really? I thought you were younger. I'm like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm mistaken. Like, literally,
That's
I
my
had
babe.
the front office at times like think I'm a fucking student.
For real?
I walked up to the front office one time and I'm trying to figure out. I went to Foothill, but there's this one room I couldn't remember what it was. I'm like, hey, do you know where the meeting is in A12? She's like, yeah, you're a student. What meeting do you have? I'm like, no, I'm a teacher. So that's like weird. Like we're 8 years out, but like we're still like
Oh, yeah.
What do you think it is though? Like, I mean, I always
You
get
gotta hold on
mistaken.
to that.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, like I have a little bit of a baby face, but like I don't think I look younger than
I
18.
feel like we all got
A
baby
little
faces.
bit.
We're just young still.
Yeah.
Even though we got the beards and
But
stuff.
like
we're
with
still
you, it's
young.
like, bro, like is it maybe like the way you dress? Like I don't know.
So for me, I would say is that, I mean, in the teaching like field, like it's mostly, I would say the average age of teachers is probably 30 to
30 to
33,
40s,
35. So like I don't look like that. If you're gonna guess teacher or kid, you're more likely like, especially how kids look these days too. And Claire's just talking about like how teenage girls dress nowadays, how guys dress. They look so much older. Like
They
teenage
do.
girls, like high school girls, when they take Instagrams and stuff, they look almost like we were when we were freshmen, sophomores in college
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
So like
No,
that's the weird thing is
Your
like
attire is important.
super big, yeah. And even if I'm in a polo and
Like-
everything, they're like, oh, you a student here?
I was
I'm
just
like,
telling
no,
one of my
I'm
boys,
not.
bro. Like I think I'm gonna be wearing Jordans at 30 years old.
Oh, fat.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I'm still slapping fucking.
I don't ever see myself changing like the way I dress, the way I put myself together. I don't see myself changing that anytime soon.
See, and here's my thing about that, bro. I actually do fucking agree with you. I feel like people that are older now that don't be rocking certain shit, they weren't rocking that shit when they were young.
No, they're never about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Point.
It's like how do I put it, bro?
All the shit that I wear now is the
I'm
shit
gonna
that I
fucking
couldn't
wear it
afford when I was in high school.
It's like
right?
I feel like it's like the music we listen to. I'm not gonna stop listening to the same music that I've always loved all my fucking life just because
Now you're old.
I graduated from college and I have a job.
All right, guys, I'm 30.
Alright,
to
time to
change my
slap some
music
Bob
taste.
Dylan now. Okay, let's fucking
Dude,
put it on.
I'm pulling up to the office, slapping ignorant rap music.
time to like get on.
That's not like, time to slap some Journey. Let's have a fucking time.
But I will say this though, as I'm getting older,
I'm
like
pulling up
my
to the
palate,
office
like,
playing Draco the Ruler.
like my music taste has expanded, but that doesn't mean that like
100%,
like originally
yeah.
what I fuck with is just gonna disappear. You know what I
100%.
mean?
I'll still slap Chance. I'll still slap Joey. All the fucking artists I still love to this day. Like,
What, just
there's
because I
no-
hit 30, all of a sudden I just don't fuck
That's
with it no
that's
more?
what feels
Exactly.
weird about it. It's like, bro, like I'm old now, but it doesn't like I feel like I'm the same exact person I was when I was 12, 13.
Right? Yeah.
You know?
100%. I just
That's
know.
facts.
I just know when to talk.
I
and
feel
when
like
not
the same
to talk now.
Yeah.
At the
Like
end of the
when
day.
I was aware of who I was at 12, 13 years old, I feel like I'm that same exact guy.
Yeah. I mean,
To
yeah.
yes and no, obviously.
You
like,
feel,
yeah, we got,
you
we got,
feel that way, but it's like other people would
Yeah.
easily see like, damn, bro, you hella different.
obviously we got more mature and everything at the end of the day, but
Well, yeah, when I say that, I mean like obviously the good qualities.
The essence
Yeah.
of who you
yeah,
are.
not the
yeah.
little
yeah.
fuckboy 12-year-old like
Right, yeah.
like the good qualities I retain.
Doing little dumb shit. Man, bro.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but like last like what 3-4 years in hip hop specifically, like I don't know. It seems like it's all like kind of
it depends. I don't think I'm.
It's kind of like troll rap.
But
No,
it-
I mean, there's still.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'd say in the
it's
past
kinda
3
like-
years, it's gotten more saturated. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Even more so than it was when we was in high school. But there's
Maybe
still,
I
there's
was
still
about to say. I
authentic.
think it's the same shit when we were
even in
coming
college,
out of high
like,
school. I think it's the same.
Nah,
shit.
bro,
college,
because you got to
though.
think the fucking ability now. Anybody with TuneCore,
No, don't get me
shit
wrong,
like
but
that, Distro
you
Kid.
can't. We still had the same shit when we were coming to high school. We still had all these rappers that were, we still had the, no disrespect because I love him, we still had the Fetty Wap, we still had all these dudes that were the one hit kind of boom,
But-
gone, this and that.
But we
like,
never really paid attention to that.
Well, I mean,
But see, no, hey, what my
Fetty Wap got
it's like-
slapped at a bunch
Bro,
of
what
parties.
my point is that we have way more
Yeah, it has
like
its
no name
place. It
artists
has
that
its
can
place.
now actually
Sure,
put out
that's
music.
the
Well,
internet.
just because it's easier.
That's
to
the internet.
Exactly, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
But-
I'd say it's more saturated,
Yeah.
You still
and that's
have
probably why.
like, the Freddie Gibbs. You still have like Earl Sweatshirt still releasing music. Now it's kind of
Like
weird.
Freddie
'cause,
Gibbs
like,
came out in 2014, and he like I consider him like a
He's
like
blown up really
he's
now.
like his name is like
Is
staples.
Earl
He's like a
still
legend
putting
now.
out-
Yeah.
You know,
Shit,
and he
7
just came
years.
out recently, like 7 years ago. He's already made a name for himself.
But we also have to think music's changed a lot. We're like
Look at
our
his
last
belt.
Kendrick album happened in 2017. Like it's been a while since we
fine.
got.
I mean, like I
our
heard of
big
Kendrick in
dogs.
2012.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long. Like it is
Yeah,
long
it
ago,
is, but-
like relative to
yeah.
what it is
Dude,
now.
we're
But
we're
like
starting to
is
sound
it
old
actually-
here.
It's not at the
We're
same
starting to
time.
sound old here.
So that's what I'm saying. It's
I
like
remember Kendrick when he first came out.
so. Let's say I would say. So
I mean,
here-
that's the same thing with J. Cole,
so
bro.
here,
Like,
let's say
It
Same
really
timing.
is though. We're dating ourselves.
this is
like,
a good conversation. Let's name 3 quote unquote new because new school is kind of a hard thing.
Hey,
to do.
okay,
Oh, bro,
let's
I,
name-
I was
No,
smoking
no, no,
weed
no,
to
no,
Friday
no,
Night Lights
no,
in
no.
2010.
The
So,
last 12
facts.
months I haven't
Facts.
I'll say
listened
this.
to it.
I'll say this. So I'll put it like this. This
I'm-
is not
I'm
a new
washed.
school guy, but for me, he is in terms of new school because he just got on the scene. At least recently, in my memory, like one new school guy that I would say that is really prolonging like the things I love about hip hop Like Jid is a even though he's obviously 30, he's still a newer school guy because he hit the scene a little bit later. So like Jid is still a new school guy that does the shit I love about hip hop.
But see, that's different though, is because Jid, you can tell he grew up off the older generation. You know what I mean? One, because he's fucking 4 years older than us.
Have you guys heard?
Where is he from?
Atlanta.
Have you guys heard Mavi by any chance?
Mavi? Nah.
Mavi, dude, he's like in the Earl Sweatshirt kind of category. Probably one of my favorite newer school art. He's like a fucking neuroscience major in like North Carolina or some shit.
Oh shit.
Dude, this dude, look up some of his shit. He really fucking good.
Neuroscience. Man,
yeah, this dude's fucking
ridiculous.
And like he's worked with Earl and shit, and like he's fucking awesome. But like, I mean, there's still like a lot of new, like Freddie Gibbs, obviously not new, but like how he's hit the scene, he's more new-ish, right? He's finally starting to get the recognition he deserves and everything. Like, there's still a lot of newer guys that are hitting the scene that are still the shit that we loved at the end of the day. Like, there for every schoolboy we love, there's a Freddie Gibbs nowadays that we're getting now. For every like Kendrick we love, there's still a Jid nowadays. So like, I don't want to get too like old head, but like there's still dudes that are doing the shit that like if we're in college, we'd be slapping Jid, we'd be slapping Freddie Gibbs, we'd be slapping all these dudes that we love.
Let me ask you guys a question though. Like, lately, what would you prefer, like, sound or content in terms of like lyrics or just sound of the song? Like,
me personally, sound.
It's a mix.
Because content, I know what I'm gonna get from certain rappers.
For me, I don't have the time to like listen to all the fucking lyrics and like when
for me it's sound. The lyrics can be bullshit, but if the sound is good, I don't care. Like,
but to be fair, you were always not that you didn't care about the content.
Usually I was more on content.
No, I'm saying you were always though. You always had an ear for sound stuff though. To be because you liked Masego, like
right.
You always had the ear
and a lot of your
for the
SoundCloud playlist was always like heavy.
So to be fair, you did like that stuff, which I love too. Like all those dudes are fucking awesome. But like I don't know, for me personally, I was always the other way. I always loved like heavy content matter just because.
Same.
But I still love the sound stuff. But I still love the head. Like that's why I love Earl Sweatshirt. Like he's a guy that
takes more time to like really. Listen
I used to be like a backpack rap
like,
fan.
Right.
Joey Badass,
bro.
Kanye.
But I can still.
Bro, I would say like more recently, especially since I've just been more into production. I naturally focus more on like the sound and stuff. I mean, one too, like fucking. I remember me and Nevin were having this conversation. Like, you know what I mean? Once you actually start like really getting heavy into production stuff, you start like fucking up your listening.
Bro, because now there's a lot of artists
dissecting shit.
There's a lot of artists that I listen to now.
It's like, oh, this little instrument sounds a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, just listen to a fucking song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of artists that I listen to now, like that 17-year-old me would have been like, this is bullshit, because like
who?
I mean, I don't know if y'all heard of Sa Baby. Like, he had an album that came out in 2020.
Sa Baby or Sada Baby?
Not Sada Baby, Sa Baby.
Just Sa Baby?
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
But the sound of his songs is so good. Like, musically, sonically, it's so good.
It's kind of like a young thug-ish.
Like, the shit he, like, sings and raps about is such bullshit. He has a song called Giraffes and Elephants, and the hook is like, giraffes and elephants. We fuck giraffes and elephants. And I'm like, bro, this shit is so good sonically that it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me now, it's like, I've mostly focused on the sound.
On the sound?
Yeah.
Dude,
they can be saying whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, good music is good music.
I agree. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But it's funny because with rap, traditionally, I would always focus on the lyrics. I would always want more conscious rappers.
Yeah, right.
But lately, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
I'm just getting lazy. You know,
it's like vibe out sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes like, we were talking about like long day at work. You just want to fucking put on a.
Bro,
I don't want to be lectured.
Yeah, you just want to put on a banger and like dance. And
I was playing Beano on the fucking golf course.
Hey, facts, bro.
Just slapping some ignorant ass rap music on the golf course.
But shit, sonically, that shit is appealing, bro.
Yeah.
Man.
Saba is also newer. I mean, he's not new, obviously, but Saba, like he's released some really good. He's one of the
Chicago
kind of leader. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing with Chicago. It's like they got two different, like literally two sides of a coin.
No name,
drill, and then you got the other side. Yeah.
He said it. He said the name.
You got the churchy vibes. You got the street vibes.
But yeah, best of both worlds, man.
Hip hop's still hip hop at the end of the day, and I still love it to the death. Like there's
I mean, it'll always like evolve, and like I'm gonna take it however it comes. I'm gonna be 50-year-old, probably still listening to the newest rap music.
100%,
bro. With my kids, like.
We should touch on Chance though.
Yeah, I mean
What's y'all thoughts on it? I know yo ass is mad disappointed.
So like, have you guys seen the stuff he's been posting on Twitter lately? I guess he has like this new project coming out, and like it sounded better, but like. I mean, my thing is like for me, making it easier to listen to Chance is just recognizing he's never going to be the Chance that I admired at the end of the day.
He's
like,
never going back to that.
Like obviously, the Big Day had like 3 or 4 good songs, but at the end of it was just
You should have like 20 songs total.
Yeah, exactly. It was a shit show across the board. So like
3 out of 20 is an F.
I was gonna say I think 2 out of two songs out of his last album.
And
No,
like
it hurt me.
They were actually
That-
listenable.
The fact that the last album was bad and the fact that people were clowning him on Twitter really hurt me.
do y'all see
Because
that?
I knew it was bad, but
Do you
it's
guys
like,
see
bro,
that him and
like-
his manager are like suing each other?
Yeah, Pat.
Remember Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
him
the
and-
white dude? The
him
big-
and Pat are
the
suing
chubby
each
white
other.
dude?
I remember. I
Because
just remember them being
Pat-
like best friends.
I thought they were like childhood
so
buddies.
Pat
yeah.
first
What the
sued him.
fuck?
Pat sued him because he said he was owed a bunch of money because he basically said that the Big Day was a concept he came up with right before the marriage of him and his wife, and like he
You said the
basically
concept of the album?
concept of the whole like he literally said like the album came to fruition like literally a month before he got married or maybe a month after he got married, and he literally put in like maybe like basically Chance didn't put in any studio time from it, like he hella fucking because it got delayed, and like he wasn't working hard on it whatsoever, and he was just kind of like not committed to it at all, and like then when the Big Day tour came out, the tickets did not sell at all, and like Pat was like, this is his fault, like he said, like he just didn't go to the studio, he didn't like put in the work, like he said he freestyled like the whole album, which when you listen to it you're like, yeah, this fucking makes sense, it does not sound like Chance. But for me at this point, I just take chances as he is. Like, he'll probably still come out with like a few good songs here and there, which like he does, but he's not gonna be the Chance that we all grew up on and loved. Like
It just
But
sucks.
he
because
grows too, you know what I mean? Everybody gotta have
It
growth.
just sucks because
Yeah.
that was our freshman year.
We want you to just pop
That-
tabs and
that-
be all the whole
But
time.
bro, that was our freshman year when acid rap was still like fucking banging.
Wait, didn't Acid Rap come out our senior year of high school?
so
Yeah.
Acid Rap came out.
but we were still playing all those songs
Yeah.
by
Oh,
the time
yeah.
we were there freshman year.
Freshman
Like,
year,
you know?
when I listen to acid rap now, I just think freshman year of college.
100%.
Hey, that's big
But,
shit.
hey,
I mean, I got put on a chance because of this fool. You know
I'm
what I mean?
gonna end it by saying this: like, you think about like where Chance was in acid rap, which came out 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Think about who you were in 2012, 2013 compared to what you are now.
Oh, you changed.
And then
a
how
bunch.
he is
You
right
know,
now, too.
and imagine if you had a kid in between that time, like it would change it. But like, I agree, man. It's all about like staying true to yourself, but then like growing as a person and not like veering too far off
Yeah.
from who that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I just found it weird. Like, how do you go from acid rap to like borderline a church album?
Hey, it's growth though.
You know what I mean?
That's
I understand
his
it is
sense
the
of
growth
growth
that
at
you were
the end of
talking
the day.
about,
Yeah.
but it's like I think he's taking it like a step too far.
But
You know, it's
but
like,
at the end of the
what
day,
are
you gotta
gonna be
think.
mayor of Chicago.
He
What-
could
what
be,
are you
maybe.
But
gonna
he
be?
could
Yeah.
though, because
Maybe,
you gotta
yeah.
think, bro. Like when he dropped Acid Rap, he was a kid, like a
Yeah.
child. You know what I mean?
And you gotta think he may be overcompensating. Like so like the whole story with him and like his baby mama. Like he's not married to his baby mama. He's married to a girl that he knew before his baby mama. Like he's not married to the mother of his wife's daughter. Like so he might have felt in his heart that like he had to kind of compensate a little bit. And who knows? Maybe he really just feels like that and he's on that stuff, which is fine. It's just obviously like we all kind of agree, it's not really the music that he makes now. It's not really for us, but. Like I said, people grow and people change. And that's how
Don't
it
get me
goes.
wrong. Like I think he would be a great like local or, I guess local politician. But I don't know. Just like pick one lane.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, you
like
can't-
like
you
which
can't
way,
really
like
be
which
both.
way are you going?
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, he can go wherever he wants.
And we're all going home, and that's where I'm taking us. We're taking us home and wrapping up the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah. Nah, for real, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all hopping on this. Obviously, we about to take a couple trips later down this and that, but
Yep.
had to get the old squad back together on this for the
Yes,
one time.
sir.
Reunion.
But hell yeah, man. Well, shit. It's your boy Ronnie,
I am Walizzle.
and we out. Yeah.